Is it us when we go back on?
Yeah. Okay. Yep, used to talk.
Okay, we are back. It's Kalo and Pip with Refresh, and we have in the studio with us Solomon Haumono. Solo, how are you? Good morning.
Thank you, Kalo and Pip. Mr. Brown, thank you for having me here on Big Fresh.
Oh, so
just for those who weren't listening last week, this is a refresh segment on the Big Smoke. Refresh is basically about tapping into the life and world of inspirational, creative, emerging people and groups within our community. We hit the streets to connect with these people and groups, to share their stories, regardless of what field of choice they choose in their profession. They could be an artist, entertainer, leader, athlete, cartoonist, Mr. Brown and Toonfield, musicians, entrepreneurs, and so on. There's so much Pacific Islander talent out there, and they're living their dreams, and we're finding out what inspires and drives them to live their dreams, and we believe that they deserve the recognition, that they need to have for their efforts and hard work. Some of them who we've yet to discover, some of them who, have fallen off the radar. We want to tap into their lives, trying to share their story, giving them the opportunity to be exposed, not only to the PI community, but also to anyone who may benefit from hearing their stories.
Yeah, definitely. And I think it's a great opportunity for us to really go out there and find, once you start looking, there are so many people out there doing some really wonderful things, aren't there?
Definitely.
Just on Friday night, we were with another group of women, Pacific Island women, with Upolu, who runs a Nesian weaving workshop, and we got in and did some weaving and learned a new skill. It's something that our ancestors and maybe even our parents have done before, but I've never had the opportunity to do any weaving before. So, this program is about not only connecting, but sharing what other people are doing. And also for us, it's we're doing our little excursions and experiencing it all for ourselves. So it's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely. Today we were here talking with Saul. And, for those of you who are not familiar with this Tongan humble giant, let me give you a brief rundown on this fella, because he's too humble to even give himself a big rap. Saul Haumono is a 38-year-old gentleman who was born in Auckland, New Zealand, who was brought up in Sydney, Australia, and still resides in Sydney, Australia. He's married to Margaret with 5 healthy children. He stands at 6'2" tall. This gentleman started his career in football. First signed up with Manly in '94, moved on to Canterbury, Balmain, St George, Illawarra, back to Manly in 2003 after taking a break when he hung up his boots to go and pursue a career in boxing. He ended with the London Broncos in 2006. He did play rep footy for City in 2003, New South Wales, Australia. He captained Tonga as well in his footy career. This guy, feared by his opposition while he was on the footy field. Great talent, both in footy and boxing. He's now in boxing at the moment, still training hard, Monday to Friday, maybe even Saturday, Sunday. So we're privileged to have him here. We're honoured to have him here today, even though he should be at home getting his kids ready, helping his wife Margaret, getting them ready for church. But thank you, Margaret, for letting him come. Let's get started. Kalo, any questions?
Look, I'd like to just start off by saying what a great opportunity it was to go down and check Solo out at training. And really, Solo, you've been in the sports game for such a long time now. What is it that keeps you driven to keep going? You've had such a long career and you're still going and you're still striving. What's the drive behind all of that?
Oh, first of all, I'd like to say thank you and very, very humbled for the introduction. Really, it's just a privilege, to actually be doing something that you love. What's kept me going is basically, I'm a strong Christian, but I believe that, there's a purpose, and that's the purpose of becoming world champion one day. I want to try everything that I can, to achieve that goal, and that's always been my, my mindset. So, that's it, pretty much.
Well, you've actually held the New South Wales heavyweight champion title, have you not?
Early in the career, I was fortunate enough to have that as one of the stepping stones, definitely. Yeah,
that's a great achievement. How did you get your start in boxing?
My father was a boxer, one of the Tongan boxers, and he came over here and he was lucky enough to win a national title. So you know, from an early age, you know, I grew up in the Ernie McCullen gym in Newtown, and so you know, as a little young fella, Dad would you know take me to the gym. So I'd see all these great fighters, you know, the Mundines and you know, like old Australian great fighters that you know coming through, and I got to see all of them at a young age, and you know, I think it was embedded in me early that you know, sport was going to be something, and not only that, you know, like it's in our blood, you know. Most of us Islanders got that, you know, being fortunate enough to be blessed physically and